Hi everybody, we are going to continue with this webinar, and the points that we are going to see in this day is the points that I have underlined in green color, okay, experience and levels, professions, and changing profession in one page, allow the character to flee, special defeat lengths, okay, enemies with proper stats as character, okay, perfect range attacks, experience and levels, okay. The first thing is to talk about experience and levels, okay. In one game book, the character the reader can increase their experience points in order to increase their level and be more powerful and have more stats in force, in strength, in agility, in resistance, and different kind of stats. So the six different kind of stats. How it runs, okay. Every character have a number of experience points. I'm going to explain here, and these experience points can increase. For example, if the writer of the game book has decided that in one page the character is going to increase their experience points. For example, this is the first one, and the other one is when you defeat enemies. When you write a game book, you can assign. For example, here we're going to see here, right? You can set that the monsters. If you click here, we can see the monsters, and each monsters when you defeat him, the character is going to receive this number of experience points. Okay, this allows the character to increase their level and to be able to more spells and to increase their stats. Okay, the thing is, what number of experience do you need? The character needs to increase their level. Okay, I have thought that in each level that you increase, you are going to need more experience points in order to increase your level. It's not the same to increase from the level 1 to the level 2 than to pass to the level 3 to the level 4. Okay, you will need more experience. The thing is, if you at the beginning you start with 0 experience points and you are in the level 1. Okay, experience points. Experience points. Okay, and when you increase your experience points until 100 experience points, you pass to the second level. Okay, the next level, to pass to the level 3, you need this 100 experience points plus another 100. Okay, in this case it will be 200. No, sorry. I am mistaken. You need the number of experience points that you need to pass to the last level plus 100 experience points more. In this case, you needed in the past level 100 number of experience points. You have to add 100 more. In this case, it will be 300. Sorry. In the level 4, you will need. You need 200 to pass to the last level, and in this case you needed 200. For this reason, you are going to need not 200. You are going to need 300, and 300 plus 300 that you already have, you are going to need 600. Okay, and the things is like that. Okay, Javier Iniesta said me in the chat today. I was thinking about what you said last week, the skills. And I thought that it could be a good idea to make that the writer can choose if the link appears or not if the reader levels up. Yes. And with that, we can control easier the skills that could have the writer easier. Okay, Javier, right now you can control. If I would create the skills, I would create one option in the links to allow or not if you have some number of points of one specific skill. But right now, what you can do, I think, is to allow to pass to one page depending of the experience points that you have. So right now, I think that if you enter here and you start reading, writing one game book, here I think that there is an option that is experience required. Okay, you can select the range of experience that the character must have to pass to this level, to this page, to the next page. And in this case, you can use this thing to allow only pass characters that have some level at the end. Because you can, for example, we were talking about here that you need 600 experience points to pass to level 4, and you can do, for example, that that to pass to the next page you need between 600 and 99999. Okay, and in this case, the character only will be able to pass to the next page if is in the 4th level. Okay, you can use right now. Yes, but I don't know when the writer levels up to level 2 or 3. Yes, and the thing is, maybe I should do this more easy to know these points. Okay, but the thing is that you can use this thing. Okay, you can use this thing in order to allow character to pass 1, 2 if he has one level or not. Okay, I think it can be useful for you. Okay, but also the skills to have some specific thing called skilled, and these skills, for example, allow to have two more points in the skills that the character decided. It will be quite interesting also. Okay, but we are going to continue with this. Okay, to pass to the next level, it will be to calculate the next level, how much experience points you need to pass to the next level. It will be easy. To pass from here to here, you needed 300. To pass to here, you are going to need 300 plus 100. In this case, 400. Okay, and 600 plus 400 is 1000. Okay, you will need 1000 to pass to the next level. Okay, and these are the rules. You can continue. In this case, it will be 400 plus 500. It will be that. It will be that. It will be 2 to 8. Okay, it will be like that. If you want to continue testing what is the next level of experience points that you need to pass to the next level. Okay, and when you pass to the next one, I think we have talked about that before, but when you pass to the next level, the character can add 2 points to their stats. In this case, the stats of the character, if you start reading this game book, for example, the stats are, okay, this thing, the strength, the agility, the constitution, the intelligence, the perception, the charisma, and these things. Javier are saying, and I have another idea, but first I'm going to leave you explain. Thank you. Okay. Okay, what is the next thing? The next thing, we have talked already about experience and levels and professions. Okay, professions, quite interesting thing. You can define in one game book, you can define some professions and allow the reader to choose their profession at the beginning of the game book. Also, what you can do is to change the profession in the middle of the game book. You can allow readers. So the writer can define, for example, that the main character can change their profession. It can be a little bit weird if the character has decided to have, for example, a lot of intelligence in order to make a lot of spells. If the character changes to a warrior, the intelligence is not as useful for warriors to the wizards. Okay, but nevertheless, the thing is, you can create professions and to assign different points to different professions. I'm going to explain. You click here, you can see here that there is a list of professions. You click here, you can see. I think that we have talked about before, because if it exists here a profession called medic. Okay, but the thing is. But I'm going to explain again. I'm not sure if I have explained before. But the thing is, you can create a new professions, okay? And define, for example, medic, and it can be a mystic, I think, cleric, no? And you can define the female name of this profession. It's useful, for example, I think in English also, because imagine that you decide to say, yes, a wizard or witch or things like that. Okay, the thing is, you can define the female name and the characteristic points that have at the beginning the character. Okay, this is very important because you can play with these things. Imagine that you want to define that that there is imagine that you can play with magic and the range attacks. Okay, you have. I'm going to explain in order. You can define the number of characteristic points, and you can play with that because maybe you want to define that one specific profession have more characteristic points by default than others. It can be useful, for example, if you define that the warrior are going to have more characteristic points because a warrior cannot make spells. Okay, a warrior are not going to have this thing. Okay, and also maybe are not going to have a range bonus in their attacks. Okay, you can play with this thing, or maybe imagine that you want to define. You are going to define two kind of wizards. Wizards, it's like some profession that can make spells, but one of these professions are going to make more powerful spells than another. Okay, imagine, because you are going to define different spells depending of the profession, and you want, for example, that the character, the profession that can make the best powerful spells, you are going to give less characteristic points, okay, to calibrate the two professions. Okay, you can play with this thing, and it can be quite interesting. Okay, and I think it's very useful. More things. You can define the minimum strength, the minimum agility, the minimum intelligence, constitution, person, and charisma that the character have by default. It's very important to define here for at least one in constitution. Why? Because if you allow the people not to define zero in constitution, the character is going to start the game book died, because if you don't have constitution, you don't have points of life, and if you don't have points of life, you are dead. Okay, you are death. Sorry, I think it's death. Okay, and for this reason, it's very important to at least to select that the minimum constitution is 1. Okay. Also, you can play with magic and with range. This is quite interesting. If you click here, this profession are going to be able to make spells. Okay, and it's very useful. And as I said before, you can play with different kind of spells depending of the profession of the character. Okay, and you can define, for example, that one profession are going to have more spells to say. Okay, and things like that. And the range attacks, it is like a bonus. In the range attacks, you can attack with a bonus. Okay, I have explained it. This, okay, professions. Okay, create a new professions, total points, minimum constitution, magic power, bonus in range attacks. I have explained it before. Okay, by default, there is 3 professions that it appears by default in all the game books. Okay, and in this case, in any case, you can. By default, it is going to appear, these professions. But if you want, you can go to here, to options, and to uncheck this checkbox, okay, this, in order that these professions are not going to appear, okay, in the game book. I'm going to do an example, but to do that, I'm going to start reading again. These were warriors. Okay, are you sure you want to start over? Okay. And right now you can see that there is 4 professions, but if I unselect this, as I have done, and I save this, if I refresh here, sorry, I don't know what it appears. One moment, options, maybe I Okay. I think that I edit the other game book. Okay, I have 2 game books. The first one I edited before, but I had to edit the second one. Okay, it appears also here the new profession that I created before. We can uncheck this and to save. And if I refresh this, you can see that it only appears 1 profession. I will have to create the other professions. Okay, for example, in this case medic, but maybe I want to define more. For example, a soldier, for example. This is quite interesting also because maybe you want to, for example, we can put this, perception 0, intelligence 0. You don't need intelligence maybe, and this with that. Okay, we can save, and right now we have 2 professions. We can save, and right now you can choose one of them. If I check medic, I have 40 points to be assigned. That it's 40 plus 2, 60. The total will be 60 in this case. If you go here, you can see that the medic only have 16. Okay, points of life. I really go points of life, no characteristic points. Okay, and you can play with that. For in this case, if you click soldier, you can see that it appears 18, but also you have 80 points left to be assigned. But also you have 2. In this case, it will be 24. Okay, it's worth in this case more or less to be a soldier. Okay, because you have more points of points to be assigned. But maybe if you define that a medic have a very powerful spells and it is not going to cost more mana, it can be also very interesting. Okay, for example, we could done that there is some spell. For example, healing. You have right now healing, and if I edit this, and I done, for example, that this spell it's only available for medic, and it's going to cost, for example, 1 point of mana, and you recover 6 points of life. You are giving a lot of power to the medic. Okay, they don't have a lot of characteristic stats, but on the other hand, the medic profession are going to be able to battle and recover in a very easy way points of life, for example. Okay, we are going to leave this thing like that. Okay, in order to see, and also it appears this is the level that you need to do this spell. We have talked about levels and experience, and right now the spells need some level to be done. Okay, in this case, if we done that you can heal yourself because you are medic in a very cheap way, you are giving a very good advantage to medic profession. Okay, we were here and we're going to test this. I mean, intelligence is very important for the wizards. Okay, and this one. Okay, and we could, for example, to choose this one and save. This file is required, but doesn't matter. The thing is, we are going to continue. Diesel Warrior, Explorer, and Wizard. We have talked before about that. Changing profession in one page. Okay, perfect. Imagine that you want to do that. There is an option. Okay, when you edit a game book, if you enter in one page, you can do that in one specific page. The character is going to change to another profession. Imagine that at the beginning of the game book, you want to define that for example, the reader have mistake with the profession. He can change the profession in the first link. Okay, you could done this, doing, for example, changing the title and saying change your profession to medic, for example. Imagine that you want to do that. Okay, you can do that. You need the other profession to do this, to enter in this link. For example, imagine that you want to do that. You need to be a soldier. Where is soldier here? We cannot see. Okay, we cannot see the profession here because we have to refresh this page. Okay, we refresh this page. Okay, we can go here, and we can say, okay, right now it appears soldier. We are going to do that. It haven't saved before. Okay, make change your profession to medic. Okay. Soldier, you need to be soldier. We save, and also in this page we are going to do that. In this page, you change your profession. If we go to more options, you can check here. Where is clues? No. Select the new profession of your character. Okay, you can click here and make that the profession of the character is going to change to medic. Okay, we can edit a little bit this. Your profession change to medic. Okay, and the syntax doesn't matter. Okay. Oh, sorry. Profession, your profession. Sorry. Okay. Where is the mistake here? I don't know. here it appears some mistake error. I don't know why. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, we save, and we can go done that. You come back to the beginning. For example, imagine that you do that, and you say come back to the beginning. Okay, perfect. We can save. Perfect. And also we can click here, and we can then change your profession to soldier. Okay, we can done that to do the same, and you need to do medic. And right now you are going to change your profession to soldier. Change to soldier. Okay, and if we can save. We can come back to here. Come back to the beginning. We are going to copy this text. We save. Okay, we save, and if we go here, okay, and we done this, okay, and we click, for example, if you are a medic, maybe you can be like that. Okay, we save, and you see your name is Lucas, and you're a beautiful man. Okay, you're an incredible medic. Okay, you change your profession to soldier. You click here. Okay, your profession changed to soldier, and theoretically, you can see there is a funny thing. You can see here, it can be quite tricky. You can see here that it appears that you have 8 more points to assign. Okay, as you can see here. Okay, why? Because the medic only had, I think, 16 characteristic points. Okay, but the soldier have 8 more. It is going to be tricky or funny, because right now we can add more points, and after we could okay, constitution and intelligence, and we could save. We can save. Okay, we close, we come back, and in this case some intelligent guy reader could done change your profession to medic, and right now you have the same stats as you had, and you were more strong. Okay, it's quite interesting. In this case, this character are not going to be able to increase these points until he reaches, maybe, I don't know, the 5th level or something like that. Okay. Okay, perfect. Come back to the beginning. Okay, it is only an example of this. Okay. What else? Changing profession in one page. Okay, allow the character to flee. Okay, this is quite interesting thing that I didn't explain before, and it's very useful, I think. Imagine that you want that some character to be able to flee and to stop one battle and to escape. Okay, you can do that. Okay, I create this option. I don't know when, but some time ago. And for example, we are going to done. I think that if we edit, we can edit the. Sorry. We can edit the chapter 2. Okay, we enter here. Okay, what happened here? We were in this castle square, and there were a fortress, a main room. You open the door with the key, and imagine that you done here that there is some monster, and you can battle against them, or to escape back and not battle against them. Okay, imagine that the battle against the monster, for example. You enter and find a monster. What monster? I don't know. We can go here. Monsters to face against. Okay, for example, a ghoul. Okay, you find a ghoul. This is very difficult enemy. Damage 1 to 7, attack 2, points, experience points 15, points 25. Well, I think it's not the worst. Well, in this case, it's the worst. Okay. You enter and find a monster. Okay, and imagine that you're going to fight against this monster, but you want to allow the guy to escape. You could done this if you create a new link, okay, you escape. We added this. Escape, I think it's correct. Okay, you escape. 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 Okay. The thing is other options. Okay, and right now, perhaps if you want this link to be displayed when the character dies. No. Perhaps if you want this link to be shown in the combats to allow the character to flee. Okay, if you click here, you are going to, in the middle of the battle, you are going to allow the character to flee, to go back, to not to battle against this enemy. Okay, you can do this. You can do this. You can save, and the character is going to be able to do that. Okay, and we continue, and we can done, for example, another link that it's going to be the link that it appears when you kill the enemy. Okay, okay, you beat the enemy and continue. Okay, and imagine in this case we call down that here the character is going to find a treasure. You find a treasure. Okay, imagine that you want to do that. Okay, in this case you could done that. Imagine that you find the treasure. Okay, object that you want in the space. Imagine that you want this, maybe this one. Okay, this sword. Okay, and that's all. Okay, you find that. Okay, and you can come back to the main room after that. Okay, imagine that you done that. This will be a very thin example. You come back to the main room. It could be an example of a mission. Okay, a mission that you can enter. You need the key to enter to this page. You need to defeat this monster, this enemy. You get a sword, and after that you can come back. But you are not going to enter here if you already have killed the. You can done that. You cannot enter in this room if you already have killed the ghoul monster. Okay, how you can do that? For example, you can done that here's. Okay, you can do that here. It happened also an event that it's that you have defeat the goal. Okay, and not allow people entering to this link in case it have this event. I'm going to do this example. I am escaping from the list of points that we have talked about, but it doesn't matter. It's very quick. New event, for example, you kill the goal. Okay, it will be an example. We save. We close this. Okay, we can refresh because when we save each page, all is saved automatically. It's not need to click save each time. You can see here that it appears a message saying it just saved and something like that. Okay. All right, now the event we have refreshed because we want to that this event that I have created, it appears. Okay, and we can do that here. Forbidden event, and you can done that. If you have this event, it's not going to appear. Okay, you kill the goal. Okay, perfect. Save. Perfect. This we have seen the escape links. Okay, this link that you can where you can escape. Also, we could done a link that for example, if you are killed, we could done something like to be captured, not to be killed. Okay, not to die. We could done something that the character not die and continue the story as, for example, that the enemy has defeated you, but you are not died. You can continue the story in other way. For example, okay, imagine that we want to do that. If this monster beat you, you are going to enter in some labyrinth, okay, or some place where you have to escape because this monster has, for example, captured you and something like that. Okay, we can create a link and call this you defeat. Okay, and we click here other options. We can see here, press if you want this link to be displayed when your character dies. Okay, we can click here and save. A very important thing: if the character doesn't have points of life because has been died, okay, you have to give some points of life in this page to the character, because if not, in this page the character is going to be died. Okay, it's going to already it's going to be died. You have to increase the points of life of the character. You click here in more options. You can click here life points earned, for example, 1 point of life. Okay, at least it could be very, very important to do that. Okay, and we can save. And right now we could done something that you are captured. Okay, you open your eyes and see that you are in jail. Okay, something like that. Okay, it's only an example. Okay, and the story will continue. You are captured. Okay, we can save. Okay, we are going to test these two links. Okay, with this story, we can refresh. Well, we can load, for example, this that is in the chapter 2. Okay, we continue. You are happy to be polite. You are polite. You start speaking to with the gun. You are out. Okay, continue. Okay, the thing is, you are in the castle square. We are right now in. We can close this. We are right now in this page. We can. I think that we don't have. We try to find something. Remember that in the last webinar, the character had to find some key in the castle square in order to get this key and to open the door. Okay, you try to find something in the square. Okay, in this case, you try to find something, and you find the key. Okay, in this case, we have been lucky because we get a 10 in the roll die. Okay, we have the key. We can continue. Try to find something in the square. In this case, it's not possible to do these options because we have already found the key. Okay, I go to the store or go to the fortress. I go to the fortress. Okay, they don't allow us to enter with these objects. Okay, we can continue. Okay, and right now we can enter in the right door. Okay, and because we have the key, you can open the door with the key. Okay, we click here, and right now we have to battle against this monster. And it's going to be very difficult, I think, because we don't have weapons, and this is our damage. I think it's possible. Well, no, we have only 10 points of life. Maybe what we'll have to do is to recover some points of life, but it doesn't matter because it's very useful for us in this thing because we can test when we are killed. Okay, we can try to kill this enemy. Okay. Oh, we are being lucky. Okay, sorry. It appears here, as you can see, it appears here a link that is you escape. Okay, I have. I didn't remember this. Right now we can click here. This is this link, you escape. We call them that. Okay, we can click here, you escape, and we are again in the right door. Okay, we are here. As you can see, that this link goes to here, and we can re-enter to this page. Okay, and we are going to continue trying to killing this enemy. Okay, in this case we can enter, and we can fight again. Okay, maybe we are going to we have killed this enemy. I didn't want to kill this enemy, but it doesn't matter. Okay, in this case, because we have a less points of life, it appears this box. It shouldn't appear this box because it only has sense if you play from the mobile phone. Okay, this button is to increase your life points. Okay, watching an ad. But in this case, from the website, it's impossible to watch an ad. Okay, it's only possible with your mobile phone. Okay, if you enter from the library, the Android app. Okay, we have beat the enemy and we can continue. Okay, we get this sword. Okay, you come back to the main room. We can see right now that if we try to enter in the right door, you open the door with the key. It shouldn't appear. You open the door with the key. Okay, what happened? Because we have reached, I don't know, at this link, we have disabled this link, I think, doing that for clicking in forbidden event. But maybe here, okay, we didn't we didn't do that. The character win this event, and for this reason they are allowing us to enter into this link. Okay, you kill the goal. Okay, we have to click here. I forgot to do this. Okay, we can save right now. If we refresh, we don't have the event because we have to re-enter to this place and to get this event. Okay, we can do it because this enemy has died, and if we enter here, this enemy is died, and we can continue. We can escape, but we can click here, and in this case, it doesn't have a sense because right now we have 2 swords. Okay, short swords. Okay, and also as you can see, it appears right now the event. You kill the goal. Okay, but for this reason, I didn't want to allow the character to enter 2 times to this place. Because right now the character has 2 swords, okay? And it doesn't have sense, okay? We come back to the main room, and if we try again, enter to the right door, okay? Right now it doesn't appear the link, okay? But we cannot go anywhere. You have to be very careful about these things, and to add another link to come back to the main room, okay? Always. When you create a game book where there is like a map where the character can come back to the previous place, you have to be very careful with these situations that can happen, okay? Imagine that a reader start reading and reach this page, and the reader cannot do anything. It will be horrible, okay? It will be horrible. And you can edit this and click and say, come back to the main room. Perfect. Okay, you can save. And if we refresh, it's going to appear again this link. Okay, we can click here. Okay, perfect. We are in the main room. Perfect. We haven't tested the other option, that is when the enemy kill you. Okay, we have to try to do this. And in order to be more easy, what we are going to do is to make a combat modifications that the character, for example, a modification of the enemy that is going to have more attack, for example. Okay, imagine that we allows in 5 turns the enemy to have 5 points more in attack. Okay, we can save. And if we restart this game book, character sheet, load character, okay, we restart, we are going to be able to do that. Okay, you are to be polite, continuing. Okay, we have to find the key, try to find something. Okay, we have be lucky again. Okay, we have this key, continuing. Go to the fortress, continuing, entering the right door. You open the door with the key. Yes, you open the door with the key, and we are going to try to kill this enemy. Okay, but this enemy, I hope he's going to kill us. Okay, we have died. Okay, as you can see, we are dead. Okay, perfect. And right now you can see that it doesn't appear the links like you can restart again or something like that. It appears this link. You are defeated. And if we go here, you can see that it is this link. Okay. If the reader continue here, click, we can see that you pick up 1 point of life. It's necessary in order not to kill not to maintain this character. If you enter here, you can see that you have 1 point of life. Okay, and this is very important. But I think I think that you can understand how it runs, and I think these 2 options are quite interesting by the game books, because sometimes the reader you can create an enemy that is very, very difficult to kill because you want that the character to be captured, okay, and to create another mission, okay, another option, another road in your game book, and it could be very useful because sometimes, yes, you have to be defeated, not always to win the battles, okay, and maybe you can create battles that are impossible to win, okay. Okay, more things. Enemies with proportional stats as character. Okay, Someone asked me about this option. I want to explain here because it can be quite interesting. This is a premium feature, okay? There is a premium feature that can be quite interesting for people that sometimes when you write a game book, there is one point of the game book that you don't know if the enemies that you are creating and you are assigning in some specific page are very difficult or are very easy to defeat, okay, to beat. And one thing that you can do, it's like a little bit, in my opinion, a cheat, okay, for the reader, not for the reader, it's for the reader, is to define that a monster is going to have a proportional strength or proportional attack as the reader in that specific moment has, okay? And in this case, it will, for example, you create a monster, you click here, and if you are a premium user, only if you are a premium user, you can, for example, we are going to edit this orc, okay? You can done that this orc have a life that is proportional than the life that has the character in that moment. Okay, imagine that you want to do the same life as the character has. You could, if you click here, you're going to do that the character has the monster when it starts the battle against this monster is going to have the same points of life as the character. Okay, this you can do the same with the attack. Okay, the maximum damage, the minimum damage, the defense, for example, the absorption. You can do that. This I don't know, it could be in some story. Maybe it will be like a clone of the of the character in one moment. Okay, we can save and we can test this because I think in the first pages, these monsters, okay, the elf attack, orcs, one moment, combat modification. Okay, we battle against this monster in this page. Okay, perfect. We have changed this monster, and if we restart this game book, okay, character sheet, start reading again. Okay, we can click here, perfect. If we restart, and we are going to create a new, for example, a soldier. Okay. Some intelligence on these points. Okay, this thing. Okay, we're going to create this thing. Okay, and the name. Yes, the name. So you're safe. Go to the street. Go to the kitchen. Change your profession to medic. Okay, we can do that. We go to the kitchen. Okay, we have this. Go to the street. Attack the orc. No. Try to get an sword. Okay. Go to the chapter 2 to escape the front door. Okay. I enter the house. Okay. If we enter the house, we get some friend that is... Okay. I left the house. You attack. Okay. Right now, we attack against this monster, but you can see... Look. You can see that this orc... How much points of life this orc has? 30. There you go. Is it 30? 30. Yes. 30. Points of life, the same as the character. How much attack has? 4. The same as the character, but in this case, the character has 14. Why? Because it has a modification that is 10 more points in attack, but by default, this character has 4 points of in attack. Okay, and for this reason, this orc has the same. The defense of the character is 2. And the defense of the orc is 2. The damage of this character is 4 to 4, and the damage of this orc is 4 to 4. It's the same. As you can see, it's completely the same. And we have done this, editing this orc, and doing that. Okay. If we will do 200, it will be the double. Okay. It will be double. Okay. And it's. I think you can understand perfectly. The thing is, if you also, if you quit this and you define this, you are going to count also the weapons that the character has. Okay, in this case, it only counts the stats of the character that has without any weapon or any object. Okay, but if you select this, imagine in this case, the character, I think that it doesn't have any sword or anything, okay, to add. their attack. But imagine that this character will have a sword, and this sword add 2 points in attack, for example, and 2 points in damage. Okay, you can define that the attack is going to be 100% of the attack, but I think also the attack that has the weapon. Okay, but in this case, I think it's quite easy to understand, and it's not necessary. You can, if you are a premium user, you can try to change this thing. But I think if you are, this is for me, in my opinion, this option is a little bit. It's like to done a cheat to the readers, because the reader can be very focused in trying and being very strategic, trying to increase their force, their strength, in order to be able to defeat some enemies. And if you always done that the enemies are the same strength as the character, it doesn't make sense for the reader to worry about these stats. Okay. Okay, more things. Range attacks. Okay, I don't know if we talked about this before. Can't remember, but the thing is, range attacks. We're going to talk about. Well, I'm going to answer one question of Javier Iniesta. Is possible right now to copy and paste a wall page? I mean, the text, if it has a shop, the object that you earn, lose. I'm sorry, Javier Iniesta, but it is not possible right now. I can think how to do that right now. And it will be, yes, and I could create this option, I don't know, but yes, right now it's not possible to do that, I'm sorry. You can copy the text, but not all the options, okay? Okay, range attacks. Arrows, how to get arrows, range weapons, okay. Arrows. Okay, to do a range attack, you need, one of the things that you need is to have an arrow. Okay, the word arrow can be changed in one of the options of the game book. You can change this word and to change, for example, to bullets. Okay, I don't know how to say in English, bullets. Okay, the arrows that the gun has. Okay, bullets. Okay, I don't know how to say. The thing is, you can change this word in order to do that, but right now, one thing that I would like to do in the future, but right now it's not possible to do, is to create some different kind of arrows depending of the weapon, okay? Because imagine in the case of the medieval stories, maybe always you use arrows, okay, to attack in a range attack, but we could create in one modern game book. Maybe you will have different kind of bullets depending of the ammunition, okay? Depending of the weapon that you have, okay? You can have a gun that is very different kind of munition, okay? Or you can have, I don't know, a rocket fire. I don't know how to say, okay? Something that throw rockets, okay? And of course, it will be different kind of munition, okay? Of bullets, okay? And right now, how to add arrows? It's very easy. It's completely easy. You can, if you double click in one page, you can add arrows. For example, right now we explained it before. How to buy arrows? We explained it. Yes. Right now you can add some arrows in one page. It's very easy. Okay. And range attacks. Okay. Range weapons. Okay. The range. Okay. When you create an object, we can go here. Okay, we can close this, and we can go list of monsters, not list of objects. Okay, when you create range weapons, you can see here, we are going to edit. There is one thing that is the range. The range is the distance that you can attack the enemy. Okay, the range attacks are attacks that you can attack the enemy, and the enemy are not going to be able to attack to you. Okay, because it's the monsters, the enemies are in some distance, okay? And the range is like the number of turns that the monster have to walk until reaching you, okay? Until reach to you, they'll get to you. And this is like the turns that you are able to attack them without being attacked for them, okay? Easily it's like that. Okay, you can define the distance that the enemy are from the character you can calculate this depending of the distance that the writer have defined in the page. Okay, in a page. In one page, for example, we call down that we can create that in one place there is an enemy in some distance. Maybe if we enter in the right door, we can create here another door. I enter in the left door, for example. And if you enter in the left door, you find a monster. You find an orc, for example. Okay, you find an orc that is 20 meters from you. Well, in this medieval, it will be yards, I think it's the word, yards or something like that. Okay, an orc that is from you. Okay, and if you want to do that, you have to fight against this monster. You cool down that you can click here, and also if you want to define some distance, you can define this in combat modification in range. Here you can define, for example, that is in three turns of distance. Okay, but this is not necessarily the distance that the orc is going to appear to you. Okay, because if you have a bow that only allows you, for example, like that, to attack the monster in one turn, in this case this bow one turn, you are not going to be able to attack for 3 turns. You are going to be able to attack for only 1 turn. Okay, we can test this. Okay, in this case we can do that, these 3. Okay, we can save. Okay, and we can test this. But right now, the first thing, we're going to change these stats that we done to this orc, because if we don't change this, it's going to be very difficult to defeat this orc. Okay, we can delete these things, because if not, it's going to be very difficult. We can save. Okay, and we can enter here, and we can load this one. Load. Okay. Okay, we can continue, we can be polite, we can continue, we can, okay, we try to find something, we get the key, okay, perfect, and we can continue, and right now we can see if we have in the inventory some long distance weapon. We don't have distance weapon, okay, and also I don't know if we have arrows. We have arrows, perfect. We have 30 arrows, perfect, but we don't have a bow. Maybe we can buy a bow in the store. We can click here. And right now we could sell this thing, okay, and we could, we have this bow and also this one. The damage of this bow is 1 to 2. It doesn't appear the range, it's a bug, it's a mistake, because it's necessary to see the range that this bow have. Okay, but doesn't matter, we can buy this. Okay, and right now we have this bow, perfect. We go to the inventory, we should see, oh my gosh, okay, more info. It doesn't appear anything. Okay, I think that this bow have more range. It's a mistake. It should appear the range. Attack 0, damage 1 to 2. We click here. Sorry. If you go to the monster list, we can see here this one range is 2. Okay, we have 2 in range. Okay, in this case. Okay, perfect. And we check this. Okay, we select this. Okay, and right now we can enter to the castle. We come back to the castle square. Perfect. We can go to the fortress and try to. Right now we have lost this bronze short sword. But we didn't lose the. We didn't lose the bow. Because we did in this page that you lost all the weapons, but not the range weapons. Okay, perfect. We can continue, and we can enter in the left. Okay, perfect. And what happens? Because it doesn't appear the bow. I don't know what is happening. Inventory. It has been unchecked. Look, right now it has unchecked. I don't know why, but it has unchecked this one. And if you don't have select, if you didn't select the bow at the beginning of the battle, you lost all the chance to attack in a distance way to the orc. Okay, we can right now we cannot click here and close and to be able to attack in a long distance. Okay, we are going to restart. Okay, because I don't know why it has unselected this bow. Okay, we can continue to be polite. Continue. We are going to be in a quick way. Okay, I go to the store. I can sell this one and to buy this one. Okay, perfect. Save. Okay, come back to the castle. I go to the fortress. Okay, we have lost this. We can continue. And right now we are going to go to the inventory and we are going to select this one. We can close and we can enter in the left door. And as you can see right now, we can fight 2 times. We can throw an arrow to this orc 2 times. You can see here that it appears range 2. Okay, if you can change your attitude to offensive, it doesn't matter, I think. But the thing is, we can click here, and there is a failure. We can click again, and also it's a failure. Okay, I'm going to explain how these battles run. Okay, in the range attacks, we saw in the previous. Well, I think I explained this. Okay, in the previous webinar, we saw that the bow only affects the damage and the attack. It only depends of this thing. No, you cannot plus this thing. Okay, for this reason, if you go here, you can see there is some mistakes here. Okay, because I think that these 2, it is the attitude that this character has. In this case, 2. Okay, but it's a mistake. Okay, you can see that 8 plus 2, it's not 8, it's 10. Okay, the total it's correct. In this case, it's 8. It should be a 0. There is a mistake. Okay, but the thing is, you have attack and you get an 8. An 8, the roll die was an 8. Okay, and the attack, the modification, the attack modification that has this bow is 0. Okay, for this reason you have here it will be a 0. Okay, this 2 is about this one. Okay, but it is a mistake. Okay, and in this case you get an 8, but the monster get in defense 8 plus 1 in defense 9. For this reason, the attack was a failure. Okay, and it happens something similar. Okay, you get in the second attack you get a 1 in the die, but the monster get a 3 and plus 1, that is the defense that has this orc. The total is 4, and also it was a failure. Okay, but anything. I think that you can understand how it runs. Okay. More else, I think that this is all the things that I wanted to explain in this webinar. Do you have any questions? If you have any questions, you can ask right now. Okay, send me the suggestion. Thank you, Gavin. I am waiting the suggestion. I think that the next day I'm going to talk about these things. and maybe these things. It will be quite interesting to make a tutorial about how to custom styles. Okay, Gavin says, so the weapon overrides whatever you set the range to in combat modifications. If weapon range is 1 and combat modification of room is 3, then the range will still be 1. Yes, exactly. If the weapon have the range only 1 and the room allows you to attack 3 turns, it's like it's stupid to throw an arrow that it's going to be down because you cannot reach the enemy. And I delete these stupid turns, okay, and I makes that the character, the monster get to 1 turn distance to attack in a range mode. Okay. Yes, you got it. Javier, if you don't know, if you are not able to say in English, you can write in Spanish, and I'm going to answer in English. I am going to try to explain, to answer in English or in Spanish. It doesn't matter. I'm going to explain to Gavin after. You are welcome, Gavin. Maybe I can help you too. Yes, you are learning a lot, Gavin. You will be an expert in this system very muy pronto, very soon, very soon. With English translation, of course, but okay, but ok, a ver, que los parámetros puedan sumar o restar puntos de habilidades. Resistencia, fuerza, con cada punto que se le sume o resten. A ver. Que los parámetros puedan sumar o restar puntos. Estoy volviendo a leer lo que dices, Javier. A ver, que los parámetros puedan sumar o restar puntos de habilidades. Resistencia, fuerza, con cada punto que se le sumen o resten. I am thinking about if right now what Javier is saying is that he wants that if there is something that is called parameters, okay, you can define parameters and these parameters you can in some page you can add points to these parameters, like for example goodness, no, and what you want to do is that, for example, if you had 2 in goodness, it increases automatically, for example, the points of life, or the resistance, for example, the constitution, or the strength, or something like that. I think I could learn, but I think it's a little bit weird. I think es un poco extraño esta funcionalidad. No lo sé. I don't know if you can do this thing, adding to the. Right now, there is something that someone suggests me, that is to create some objects called logros, or I don't know how to say in English, but something that you achieve, okay? And these objects can allow you to. You can do that. One character earn these objects, and it increase the strength and the constitution and the agility or the intelligence of the character. Okay, for example, in the game book Montaraz, the Ranger. What I did is that in one specific page, you get some object that increase your intelligence, your perception, and something like that, in one specific page. Okay, no, in some specific page, not. Sorry, you get this object, and the character had this more intelligence, more strength, more things. Okay, and it I think you can do this with objects, okay, but with parameters it's quite, I don't know if it's very useful for everybody. Okay, I'm trying to think. I think it shouldn't be very difficult to program, because maybe if I add, for example, that one parameter adds the same amount of strength, some select box, some place where you can, with the parameter, to select and say this affects also to the strength or something like that. It could be done more or less, yes. And also it will be useful, I think. I am thinking that it could be useful because this thing would allow you as a writer to change. It could be quite interesting because, yes, and it will allow you to increase the strength of the characters in some page, for example, depending of the elections. It could be interesting for this reason, yes. But I think I can program this thing, but I think I am going to do in future, not right now, because right now I am full of work, and I think that the priority is to throw the new version. I am not having time to program the new version, to finish the new version, because I have done a lot of things, but I am not having time to do that. Okay, but also I am waiting for the designer to give me the new images. Okay, of the next things. Okay, what do you say? You're saying, Javier, what I want to do with that is that when a reader reads a new level, she can select some skills. Yes, it will be, yes. If I create, maybe we could, but you are saying, okay, it could be quite interesting, because what I want to do with that is that when a reader reaches a new level, she can select some skills parameters, and if the reader select one skill called combat, for example, increase her attack. Yes. I there is these things, the skills. For example, if I create the skills are going to be. We are going to be able to play a lot with these skills, because maybe if I create the skills can do this kind of things, and maybe we can do something new. Maybe, I don't know, not only adding some points to perception or to intelligence or to, for example, or attack or something like that. Maybe we could done more complicated things, that you, for example, are able to attack many enemies at the same time, for example, if you have some special skills or something like that. Yes, but I think these new features of this gamebook system, I'm going to add in the next months, but I have to step by step, because there, I think, after this there are more important things to do. Okay, but I like these suggestions, and also when I create these skills, it's easy to add an option to that these skills affects, for example, the strength, or affects something like that. Yes, it could be quite interesting. Well, I think that. Do you have any question more? I think not. Okay. And the next step with the parameters is to be able to put an image to them. Yes. Also, in the premium version, I have add some. I am thinking about this. And in the premium version, for example, if you enter, I'm going to edit this, but only to see this, the media. Okay. If you go here, for example, there is one option that is skills. Okay. And I have add a lot of icons. For example, archer. It could be, right now you can see a lot of different icons that allow you, for example, this will be that you are able, for example, to attack too many people in the range attacks, for example. It's only an example. Or assassin, I don't know. To skip some attacks, maybe we could, I don't know, that the first attack that the enemy is done to you, you are able to skip these attacks, for example. We could do this kind of things, for example. Okay, it's only an example. Also, I would like to define that that allow to define to the writer the number of points that can add to the skills, for example. We call that thing. En fin. Anyway, we can finish this webinar. Okay, I hope it has been helpful for you. Thank you to come to assist to this webinar, and I hope you are going to be able to write a lot. Okay, bye bye.